Morning folks.
Today we are in Poole in Dorset and we're currently on the beach, as you can see. It's a bit of it's warm, it's very warm, but it's cloudy and the whole country's got thunderstorm warnings today, so we're not holding out for much, to be honest, but it's fine, that's the main thing.
But it's still quite warm, so
it's very warm.
So we're still in sea shirts, but we've got a jacket in the rucksack just in case we get caught in a storm, which can be it's possible.
So we're going to do a couple of days here. We're currently on the harbour front car park, which is quite reasonable. It's 5 hours we've got. Yeah,
I've put a fiver in and it gives us 5 hours parking, takes us up till late afternoon.
But you can't sleep, you definitely cannot sleep. There's signs everywhere that you can't sleep or cook.
But we have got some parking just up the road for tonight, so we're just on the recce on it on the end, so we're alright. So we've only a couple of miles to go, we can get some free parking for tonight.
So we're going to try and discover Poole and the harbour, and tomorrow hopefully Sandbanks.
We're hoping to get over to Sandbanks. So
Sandbanks is home of the rich and famous, isn't it?
Very rich and very famous. So
it's a bit like the Beverly Hills of England, isn't it?
It's a shame we haven't got the good weather to see it in all its glory, but it'd be nice. And
I think tomorrow's the thunderstorm's supposed to have passed tomorrow, so we might get some better pictures for you tomorrow.
Yeah, you never know, do we?
We'll show you what we can, and we'll show you best we can.
Yeah.
And we're going to check the ferries out now, see where they run to and from, and how much and things like that.
Yeah, so we're hoping that if we come back down here tomorrow, we might be able to jump on a ferry over to Sandbanks rather than driving into Bournemouth and finding somewhere to park around there. Although I've got something penciled in Bournemouth. Coach and lorry park, which I like to set motorhomes during the day, but then I think it's about 5 miles away from Sandbanks, so we could obviously walk 5 miles, but weather permitting, then we might get a bus back, or it might be easier to come here and jump on a ferry, weather permitting.
Well, we'll go and check it all out.
We will.
We've been walking on a shoreline path that said public footpath, and this is where it's brought us. But look at these houses here. They all have moorings on the back. I don't think how much they're worth, but it's not even worth thinking about. Way out Raleigh, the little yellow ferry's on its way back on.
Yeah, we seem to think that's the Poole to Sandbanks one, don't we?
Yeah, Poole to Sandbanks ferry, we think.
So,
but,
I've just done a quick Google search.
There's little marinas everywhere, really, isn't there? There's about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
There's another one up here, look.
Yeah. We'll head over that way and
we'll just keep walking and see what we can find.
See if we can pick up this footpath again.
Right, so we, as you can see, it's not a very clear day at all, but it's very, very hot. It's really sticky hot weather, isn't it?
Really sticky, yeah.
So we stupidly put our jeans on. We're now melting, absolutely melting. And this is, we're walking around to Sandbanks now.
Yeah, we decided when we looked at Google Maps, it weren't as far as what we thought, was it? So we were saying it was like 3 miles. So we decided to walk and hopefully we won't get wet.
And that across there is what island, Alan?
What did we just
the National Trust
Island. Brownsea Island. National Trust Brownsea Island.
National Trust Brownsea Island. Can't see much, but we can see like a big castle or a stately thing at the front of it. If we can see better when we get round, we'll show you. So yeah, we're just walking around. This water here is very, very shallow and very calm and very clear. So yeah, we'll show you. If we see anything in particular, we'll show you. Well, we made it to Sandbanks Peninsula. Where there is a chain ferry, as you can see. You can get big vehicles on it. I don't know whether I was ground out on that back end, but there were a big bus on there and camper vans, and at the other side across we can see motorhomes waiting to get on it, and another double-decker bus going across there.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah. So Yeah, so we don't know.
The tourist bus must take you onto the island.
So bamboo push there, whatever that is, or whatever's on it.
And obviously, you can see the chains that it runs on. Quite a big one. We did go on a chain ferry in Windermere, but it weren't as big as that. It's £1 to go across on foot, so as a foot passenger. I missed how much the vehicles were. We'll go and have a look in a minute. Vary on different sizes, yeah. But £1 to go across as a foot passenger is very cheap.
It is.
And obviously, like I said, there's a double-decker bus on there, the tourist open top bus, so if you can get a double-decker on there, they must be able to get a long motor on there. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Without it grounding out.
Yeah, so we've looked at an estate agent, didn't we? So the serious one we seen for sale up to now is 15 million. So
15 million, yeah.
So are you interested in that?
Some of the
Shall we put a bid in?
Some of the apartments are over 2 million. It's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Rick Stein's restaurants next door to the estate agents. I didn't look at the menu because it'll be way out of our league, but it'd be nice to dream that you can buy a house for 15 million. So where this chain ferry's going is a different island to the National Trust Island that we showed you, which is there. You can see the house on the National Trust Island across there. Yeah. So we don't know what's across here. I'll have to get Alan to investigate.
Well, I never saw another island, so I didn't bother.
There's quite a lot of traffic coming both ways on this ferry, so there must be something over there. Right, so we've walked the full length of Sandbanks, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Right round it.
That's the chain ferry in the distance there. It's a lovely, lovely sandy beach, beautiful. And you can see all the villas and big posh houses along here. Some magnificent properties. Yeah, like we said, some of them selling for up to 15 mil, but we were just saying to ourselves, you know, we've just been to Devon and Torquay, and I think we've seen nicer seafront properties, haven't we?
Definitely, yeah.
And I think maybe it's just a cliche that the rich want to live in Sandbanks. I don't know. Yeah, we haven't had the best sunny day for it, so that takes an edge off. But I haven't really seen anything that would make me want to live here, have you?
No.
Yeah, it's nice for a little beach holiday. And some of the rentals, you know, to rent for a week, some of them were 2 and 3 grand, weren't they?
Yeah, we saw one between 8 and 15.
Between 8 and 15 grand to rent a house for a week.
For a week, yeah.
Yeah, it were a big posh house, it were amazing, but it wasn't seafront. So, I think it's a bit overrated, but obviously the people that live here don't. Sorry to anybody that lives here if you ever see this vlog. Just not. I mean, if I won Euro Millions tomorrow and you won like a massive one at say 150 million, I certainly wouldn't think, oh my god, I have to have one of them houses in Sandbanks. Would you?
No. No,
we've seen a little strip of restaurants and bars, like 3 or 4. To be fair, Rick Stein's wasn't the most expensive. There were one next door that were ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, there were some on that menu of Rick Stein's, you know, they were quite reasonable to say it were a Rick Stein's restaurant, you know what I mean? So I think me and Carol decided to eat there. We could probably get a starter and a main for around about 50 each. But obviously you could pay 100 each as well. You know, there were a dish on there about 85 quid for lobster and that. We wouldn't get that.
There were a seafood dish which were, everything came on a platter and still in the shell and everything, that were 85 quid. We wouldn't order that, but if you wanted to go in and say you'd been to that restaurant, you could do it for about 100 quid. Yeah,
there were a fillet steak on about, I think that was 45 quid for a fillet steak, but yeah, there was some in between.
It wasn't out of reach, but again, it'd be nice to say you'd been, I suppose, but the one next door, they were like a mushroom pasta, mushroom linguine, and it was £26.
Yeah.
Now to me, for some linguine and mushrooms, that's a lot of money.
It is.
And it's very a la carte, so I imagine you get a lot. And me being an hungry beast, I'd probably think, wow, I've just paid 26 quid for that.
And I'm not even full.
And I'm not even full. Yeah. So, anyway.
So we're just going to head to the bus stop now and jump on a bus into Poole.
We are.
So we'll have a look around Poole town, Poole centre, I think, for an hour or so, and maybe get a drink.
Or some tea.
Or some tea.
We'll see.
And yeah, so that's
so
visit to Sandbanks.
It's ticked off the list, and I can't really say I want to come back, can you?
No, we've some nicer places, haven't we?
Yeah, I think maybe the rich and famous like it here, obviously because the houses are expensive, and
I think it's
they're all in one place together, I suppose.
Yeah.
And probably just for them, it's just to get away from it all, isn't it, and peace and quiet, because a lot of these houses and apartments are gated, aren't they?
Yeah. We have seen some nice ones, don't get us wrong, but but you know, the ones overlooking the sea, what we've just seen there, you know, we've seen nice, haven't we?
Lower down, just as we started on Sandbanks, and they're a dual aspect. So one side of the house looked to the harbour and marina there, and the other side looked out to sea. Me personally, if I were spending that much money, I'd want one of them. And then you've got the sun at all sides and views from all sides. I mean, we've seen some that are ridiculously like millions of pounds. They don't even have a view.
No. I mean, why would you pay that much in this area without a view?
Pointless showing this car park we're walking through, folks, because there is nowhere to park in Sandbanks.
Nothing free.
Nothing free.
There were some moles parked up at the side of the road. I think it were about £8 for 3 hours.
Yeah.
This is a big car park. You'd get on here, but you know, you'd be taking a couple of bays up, so technically they want double bubble off you.
Yeah,
we've
just been reading this morning on one of the Facebook groups about somebody that parked in Paynton last night and paid. They didn't not pay. They paid the amounts for the overnight. But because they were overhanging by 30 centimetres, they'd woke up to a fine on the window this morning, which I think's a bit mean.
I think it is. He's taking the piss about that, because he's paid his £10 or whatever it was park overnight, and for 30 centimetres.
And another guy that we're talking to parked up to us today. He got a ticket at the pavilions in Weymouth.
And he, despite him paying, he did pay.
He did pay.
For 24 hours parking or overnight, but you're not supposed to sleep in it.
You're not supposed to sleep in it.
So basically they've done him for that, haven't they?
Are we going?
Are we going when we get snow? No, get back. No. Trying to beat the crossing there.
Trying to beat the crossing and talking to you guys at the same time.
The bus is there.
It's okay, it'll stop for a minute or two. So that's Rick Steen's restaurant across there, which we've since discovered. I kept thinking it's very quiet in there. It goes through and there's like a courtyard midway, and then a decking out to the harbour. So, has it gone? No, it's
just stopping, but I don't know.
So I'm going to have to leave you now, because we're going to miss our bus. So folks, we made the bus beachside up there. So these houses that we're coming up to, I don't know if you can see them, but the houses on the right, these are the ones that we're saying they have like a dual aspect. So one side looks out to sea at the back, and one side looks out to the marina at the front. So if I were going to buy one, that would be my ideal, but still, I haven't seen anything that's really took me fancy.
Looks like it could be arrested.
Yes. That looks very nice. So Harry Redknapp once had a house here, which is now sold, We were
Sold
just
it for what, 7 million?
7 million he
Yeah,
sold it for. I
apparently.
bought it for 3.5 and sold it for 7. That's some good going, isn't it? And we were trying to work out which house it is, but there's that many fancy houses. It's just we're on an hiding to nothing, I think. Anyway, there you go, folks. Sandbanks. So, folks, we're now in Poole Harbour. We got the touristy
Poole Harbour, a Pearl Harbour.
Poole. We got the touristy bus back from Sandbanks. Got a little bit lost when we got off it, but we found a way eventually, and we're now in Poole Harbour, which is very nice. Loads of boat trips to go on, river trips, sea trips, fishing trips, you name it. There's a boat trip to anywhere from here, I think. I do believe you can sail to the Isle of Wight from here as well, but I'd have to check that out. St Helier, is that Isle of Wight? It is, isn't it?
Helier, Jersey, isn't it?
Jersey.
Is it not?
So I know there's a ferry goes to St Helier. I saw that on the map.
Right.
There's an Italian up there. There's bars and restaurants up there in that quayside block. And there's a Wetherspoons. So you know what that means, don't you?
A few places down there.
There
There's
is.
a few bars.
There's Jolly Sailor, the Lord Nelson. There's a couple of micro pubs up that way there. So we'll have a wander. As I said, this boat trip though to Sandbanks, and it's quite a big boat. Must get full in the summer. All the boys are busy. That is across there, that Lord Nelson. It's very busy. Jolly Sailor, also busy. And the quay, which is a Wetherspoons, Alan. Like you did Poole Harbour and Island Circular Cruise. £13.50 each, not bad, is it? It's a lot of little islands, isn't there?
There is.
It's a bit like Weymouth Harbour, isn't it? It's just bars and restaurants all the way along.
There's 3 there.
Hennings Bar. There's one here that's closed at the minute being done up. Pool Arms.
Portsmouth High.
Where? Oh yeah, Portsmouth High.
There's about 6 or 7 there in about 500 yards.
There's a gift shop there. I'll see if I can get postcards. My niece is a geography teacher, and she has a map on her classroom wall of England, and wherever we go we collect postcards for her to pin onto the map to show the children. So the only use I find for postcards these days is to get them and take them home for my niece.
Well, I think a lot of people have stopped buying them because we come to a lot of resorts, they don't actually have them anymore.
They don't, no.
People take their own photos and they don't send postcards, they just...
Although sometimes I think you could make a nice scrapbook with postcards, because they're better than taking your own pictures sometimes.
And there's another one of them rockfish restaurants there that
Rockfish, we've seen quite a lot of them in Devon.
So you must have a few.
Yeah, obviously you guys that live down here, you'll know that. They seem to be in every main resort, Rockfish. For some reason they've no outside tables, it seems a bit odd. The one next door has Harley's Fanatical About Fish. That's a takeaway. I don't think I've seen a Rockfish with no seats outside.
Very. If they're going to have them, they'll be on this side.
Yeah, yeah.
They're out back. So is this Old Town Pool, would you say?
I would say, yeah.
I would say it is.
Yeah. The Old Town.
Old Town of Pool's nice.
Yes,
and, yeah, I would say it is.
Yeah. That's like very oldie worldy streets, isn't it? We'll have a look down there.
We'll have a look down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot round it. So yes, this must be the Old Town of Poole.
We haven't had the best weather, as we said today, but everybody's still enjoying themselves and having great fun.
We didn't get wet though, did we?
We never got wet once.
We threatened a few times. We got a few spots, didn't we?
Nice Italian there. With upstairs tables by the look of it, overlooking the harbour. These are the little yellow ferries that ferry along all day to the islands. And this is lovely. Customs house. This is the old customs house.
Well, there is a lot to it.
There is a lot to it. It's lovely. It is.
It is quite nice.
Oh, I think I'm struggling on the battery here for this video, but this old town, Poole, probably won't get the true picture, but it's really, really nice. It's proper oldie worldy, isn't it, Alan? But pubs, wow, there are just tons and tons of pubs. There's Greek restaurants, Italian restaurants, Thai restaurants. It's just really, really cosmopolitan, I think, isn't it? It's a bit oldie worldy, but cosmopolitan as well, because there's a lot of like this white cheese and wine bar. I love that. Cheese and wine bar.
Yeah.
But it's closed tonight, but I would love that. I love some cheese and nice wine. Which we haven't done for a long time, have we? We're trying to do the healthy eating thing, and also consumption of red wine doesn't come into it. So yeah, the old Guildhall bar. I think we need to go back up front, don't we? We'll go letters. I think down there, I think we're looking more like town centre, like.
Yeah, looks like it for me.
So we'll get back onto the card, I think.